This is Middle Class Matt from don'tbuythehype.blogspot.com, and I am the all-pro elite level armchair quarterback. I am the average middle class fan who outsmarts the experts at ESPN all the time. I am, and still am, sports genius. So I have my picks for this week in NFL Week 5. Very excited. I love doing picks. 2 weeks ago I had bad picks. I picked a very low percentage of the games correctly. Got a lot of flack. Last week I bounced back, and in a huge way. I was 12 out of the 15. In 2 games I lost. I don't regret picking, and this team should have won. I picked Tampa Bay to win. They blew it in the last few seconds. And I picked the Giants to win at Philly, and a few more feet on a field goal, and that would have been money too. The only one I regret is I didn't see really the Minnesota-Detroit game coming, and I probably should have picked Minnesota. They're a much better team than most people expected. So let's get down to the picks this week, see if I can get back to my winning ways. Put your picks at the bottom, match mine, see who the real sports genius is. The NFL is tough to pick. I always pick against 2 experts who are usually very good, Phil Simms and Cris Collinsworth, who work for Showtime Sports. Last week, Phil Simms was 10-4. Cris Collinsworth was 11-4. Maybe he was 10-5. Anyway, one of them won 10 games. The other one won 11 games. I won, Middle Class Matt, 12 games. I got 12 games picked right, and that's 80% out of the 15. And so that's a high percentage. I am now 36 of 27 and closing in on those guys for the season. Even after having a bad week 3, bounce right back. So let's get down to the picks. So the Thursday night game is Arizona versus St. Louis. It's a tough game to pick. It was a real toss-up. I just think St. Louis hasn't been that good. Excuse me. I think Arizona hasn't been that good, and I think that their luck's going to kind of run out traveling from west to east, having to play St. Louis, which is an underrated team, pretty good team, not great. Jeff Fisher has some good things going on there, and I think they slip by them 21-19 in a close defensive battle. St. Louis Rams win that game. The next game is Miami-Cincinnati. I picked Cincinnati to win 30-24, so a little closer than maybe some people expected. Green Bay at Indianapolis. I expect that to be a close game, pretty high-scoring game. 31-27, Green Bay Packers win that game on the road. The Baltimore Ravens versus Kansas City Chiefs. Baltimore will beat the Kansas City Chiefs 27-17. Kansas City is shaping up to be the worst team in the NFL. If not them, maybe Cleveland Browns. But it looks like Kansas City. They have some real quarterback troubles. So Baltimore Ravens win that game. Atlanta Falcons versus the Washington Redskins. Tough game to pick because it's at Washington. If it was in the Georgia Dome, it would be an easy one. It would be Falcons all the way. Still, I'm going to take the Falcons 34-24. Maybe pull away at the end against the Redskins. But the Redskins will be able to score against that good defense. Cleveland at New York. I have New York winning 28-17, so handling their business against the Cleveland Browns. Philadelphia at Pittsburgh. Philadelphia has been winning home games, has been playing poor on the road, and they're playing against a team. They want to be physical and run the football. Well, so does the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have Pittsburgh beating them at their own game and also causing turnovers. They're good at causing turnovers, and Vic loves to turn the ball over. Michael Vick loves to turn the ball over. And so I got 27-17, 10-point victory for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Seattle at Carolina. I have Carolina bouncing back and winning kind of a low-scoring game for Carolina, 24-20. And as good as Seattle is, they have to go to West Coast to East Coast. Carolina Panthers played well last, let one slip by them. If they don't let that demoralize them, they should be able to come and play well and beat the Seattle Seahawks, who are struggling. Russell Wilson's having rookie problems like he's going to have, even though I think he's a good quarterback. And I think the Panthers will be putting things together at home. Chicago at Jacksonville. This is the kind of game that a team like Chicago, after beating the Dallas Cowboys, could kind of sleep on and not be real focused. But I think they're going to come down there and step it up and win 30-17, so they win easily. Tennessee at Minnesota. I have Minnesota winning 23-17. I think Minnesota is not a great team, but they're definitely better than most people thought, and they're at home. Denver at New England. I have New England winning 33-27 in a shootout between Manning and Brady, another classic between the two great quarterbacks of our era. Buffalo at San Francisco. San Francisco beats them 31-20. Buffalo scores a little bit more points than San Francisco usually allows, but San Francisco's offense takes care of business. They're at home. They should be able to beat Buffalo fairly easily. And then San Diego at New Orleans. I have New Orleans winning that game 30-24. Sort of a, not real high scoring, but, putting up some offense on both teams. And New Orleans finally gets their first win. They're desperate. They have to have it. Then I have Houston at the Jets. Probably after the Thursday night game, this is the hardest one to pick because the Jets are going to really need a win. But Houston's one of those elite teams. There's always elite teams like Houston this year, the Falcons. We see this in the past with New England, how they've been the last decade, where they can go on the road and beat good teams. I think Houston has put themselves to be that kind of team. And so they love to play physical brand of defense and running the ball, ground and pound. I said this last week. San Francisco plays the same game as the Jets. The San Francisco 49ers play the same game as the Jets, but they play it better. They crushed them. I see the same thing happening, maybe not a crushing defeat, but I see the Houston Texans winning the Monday night game 27-23 in a little bit closer game than maybe some people expect, but it's on the road at the Jets. Okay, that's Middle Class Matt. Be sure to put your picks down there. If you can't do the Thursday night game, you see this too late, don't worry about it. Put down just your picks. Don't worry about scores unless you want to. And let's see who knows their NFL. Check out my other videos, Middle Class Matt. See you next time.